Let's talk about why manifesting clients doesn't work. If you've been doing the inner work, like setting intentions, clearing your energy, working with your intuition or your guides, and the clients still aren't coming the way you hope they would, I don't think the problem is your energy. I honestly don't, and I want to explain why, because I think what's going on here might come as a real relief when you understand what's actually going on. What I see again and again with the people I work with is that energy work is real. The intentions are real, and something is actually working. But it's like the people are being guided towards you, like something is moving them in your direction. And when they arrive, there's nowhere for them to be. There's no door, nothing that says, I'm here, this is what I do. And if it's for you, come on in. And so the moment just passes. And that's not because the field failed or because your energy was off. It's just because the practical side, that visible presence out there in the world, wasn't there to be found. And that's the gap I want to talk about today. So there's an image I come back to a lot when I'm working with people on this because it captures something that's hard to put into words in any other way. Imagine 1,000 unseen helping hands, your guides, the field, the intelligence that works alongside you in this work, genuinely moving the right people in your direction. I believe that's real. I've seen and felt way too much to think otherwise. But those hands need a door to walk people through. They can't just create the synchronicity and arrange the moments where someone thinks of you at exactly the right time or a conversation comes from nowhere and it happens to be really meaningful. But if there's nowhere for that person to come to when they arrive, no content that speaks to them in their language of their actual lived experience, nothing that lets them understand what you offer or whether it might be for them, that moment's going to pass. The connection begins, but it doesn't complete. And that's not because the field failed, but because the door wasn't there for them to be walked through. So I want to be clear about what I mean by the practical layer here too, because I'm not talking about like hustling. I'm not saying, post more, be on every platform, grind it out. That works badly for everyone, but it works particularly badly for really sensitive people. Um, when you create from a depleted or disconnected state, your audience actually feels that. So, what I mean is something like much simpler than that. One place where you show up consistently with your words and your voice in a way that allows the people being guided towards you to actually come to. Like a place where the right person reads something and thinks, oh, yeah, this is for me. This person understands where I am. That's the door. And how to build that door, how to write in a way that creates real recognition rather than just a bit of mild interest. Like how to describe your client's experiences from the inside of it rather than looking at it from the outside. That's where most people's attention needs to go when the energetic work is already in place. When content actually reaches someone, when it creates like that feeling of recognition, a person stops and they read it again maybe, and they feel something in them inside them kind of shift. It's almost never because the words were chosen with brilliancy. It's because whoever created them was genuinely with the person they were writing for, present to their reality, attuned to where they actually are. And that quality of attunement, of being with your client before you write, is where the energetic and the practical layers meet. When you are genuinely settled and connected before you write, and the words come from that place, they carry something in them that, is important. And sensitive, perceptive people that you're trying to reach feel that before they've read even a single sentence. So the invitation isn't to work harder on your marketing, it's to bring the same quality of presence and intention to the practical layer that you've already developed in the energetic one. So build that door with the same care that you bring to your inner work. And trust that when both layers are working, when the guidance is moving your people towards you, and what they find when they arrive is specifically for them, things start to move around in a way that is genuinely remarkable. So before you create your next piece of content, take a moment, breathe, let yourself settle in, and ask with genuine openness, who am I here to reach with this? What's genuinely true to share right now from where I actually am? And then bring one specific person to mind, not a category of client, the person, the one that you can picture really clearly, and that person whose particular difficulty you really understand, and write just for them from that place of presence with another human. And that's where the two layers are working together. So if what we've looked at today feels like something that you want to explore further, I have a free course called The Magic Before the Strategy that goes into this much more deeply than what I'm talking about here. The energetic layer, what you transmit, how you build the practical pathways that give that magic somewhere to go. And I invite you to have a look. The link is in the description below. And I thank you for being here. And if someone came to mind while you were watching this, someone who's doing the inner work and wondering why it isn't translating out there, please share this with them. I'll see you in the next video.